Hey, thanks for joining me. So I'm going to try to do today is figure out a way to get this trolling motor mounted on this John boat. The challenge of this John boat is that it has a recessed front deck area here. So if I planted this thing up under the bottom of it, it wouldn't work out right. So I had to figure out a way to get this thing up or build a deck on the top. I didn't want to build a deck. I don't like the looks of that, and I just don't think it's necessary, and it adds more weight. I want to keep this boat light. So I thought, well, what can I do to get this thing up here? And I thought, well, maybe a 4x4 fits just about right. It just clears by a little bit. It's about half an inch here. It kind of looks like a lot more, but it's only a half inch. And maybe I can use that. So that was my first idea. I figured out where I wanted to place it to where I'd have as much room in the boat as possible, but yet still have this sort of towards the center of the boat. You want this centered as possible. So this was about kind of where I wanted to have it. And then I started with aluminum angle to hold down the 4x4. I started screwing into the 4x4, and I just didn't like the way the wood was giving. It's pressure treated. It's sealed in the marine grade paint, but I just had a feeling in a few years I'd be doing it again. So I figured the better solution was just to do it all with aluminum angle. And this is 1/8, plenty heavy enough for this application. So I replaced this, just use it to figure out where I want to get it, and then do this number and have a nice little aluminum mount. I think this would be a much better long-term solution, and basically put it on there and forget about it. And it's lightweight too. So I just had to calculate out the proper measurements to get this where I want it, to where it's probably gonna come out a little bit lower than it's showing here. But I didn't want it to touch. I want it to be just above it. So I think it's gonna work out. So I'm gonna go through the steps I did to mount that on there, and then go out and see how it works. And that's about it. I've got another video that shows how I seal this up and add many years life to your trolling motor, no matter what kind it is. I'm gonna check that video out too, but I'll go ahead and slowly start going through this process here of mounting this thing and see what we got. this thing a good try. There we go. Very solid. Doesn't seem to be moving anywhere. No give, no play. Everything nice and tight. Looks good. I think this. I think these places where the little locks go in could use some grease, and this would work a lot better. So I'll put some grease in there, and then put the motor on and give it a shot. And so that's it. This worked out really well. You know, me and my dad went out. We went fishing. Went on the lake, and pretty much when this is down, it was right there at the center of the boat. It pulled the boat really straight. You know, like Roland Martin, he said to leave your main engine down or use a rudder. And I'll tell you what, it worked out because it pulled the boat right along perfect, and I couldn't ask for it to have turned out better. The thing is super solid. It doesn't budge. You know, it's easy to put up. It's easy to pull back down, and I'm very happy with this. So if you ever want to try doing something like this on this type of boat, this is a 1648 low. No, I'm sorry, it's a 1448 low. So the thickness of this aluminum is plenty thick to support this thing, and it just worked out really well. So I'm glad I didn't use a piece of wood. I know I would have regretted that. You know, this turned out really good. There's not much aluminum here. It really didn't add weight, and I think it's going to last here for a very long time. So I hope this helped you, gave you some ideas. Maybe you can do something similar, or if you have one of these Mod V boats like I do, and you want to put it up in a slight angle, it's going to work. And there's plenty of room still to fish in there for when it's not deployed. So kind of the best of both worlds on this deal. It worked out really well. All right, thanks. All right, thanks for watching. Please subscribe.